Mataji, I need presenter rights. All right, kids. Let's get started with today's class. And you know the drill. We're going to start today's class with Shri Guru Pranam Mantra. It's on your screen, followed by Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 11 times. And we're going to do that together, all right? So let's do it. Om Ajnanathimirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. I cannot hear anybody. Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale
Swayam Rupa
Padantikam
Vandeham Shri Guru Shri
Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajantam
Natan Vitam Tam
Bhavadutam Parijanasintam Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
Bhakti Vedanta Namine Namaste Sarkatagave Gauravasi Namine Vishishta Shanyavadi Pashtadeshatari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Prabhu Nityananda Shiva Sadi Gaur Prabhu Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Awesome, wonderful kids. All right, you all know that we've been reading Ramayan from past few weeks, right? It's been a long time we've been reading Ramayan, and now we are at least reaching, not at least, actually reaching the climax of Ramayan, right? Where the whole war is going on and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's continue from where we left off in the last class. Now, finally, Ravana has come to fight. So that is what we're reading right these days. So let's continue with that. All right. So when Ravana heard about Prashata's death, so he was very shocked. He was very, very shocked because he knew that Prashatha was very powerful, and it's not easy to defeat him. But when he was defeated, then Ravan was very shocked, and his mind was tormented with grief and anger. He was very furious about this. So in his anguished voice, he said to all his ministers that our enemy should be held in the highest regard. They killed him. So we know, right? Because he is capable of handling the entire Indra's army. So when he is so powerful and somebody is able to kill him, that means we should not underestimate that that army. And he also at the same time declares that now it is time for me to go to the battlefield now, because he knows that one of his biggest warrior has been defeated. Now he should go so that he can handle the situation very well. He knew, he didn't know, but he was very confident that if he goes to the battlefield with his blazing arrows, he would be able to kill all the monkeys and also Lord Ram and Lakshman. So he was so confident about himself. Then he looked around all his ministers. He said all this, and then he's looking around to get the support from everybody, right? And they all cheered by his decision. And then he felt very, very encouraged, because he realized that whatever he said, everybody's with him, so he can surely do that. And all his ministers are supporting him in this decision. And now they are sure that the monkeys are surely going to be crushed. So now, without losing time, Ravan called upon his chariot so that he can leave for the battlefield. So Ravana he looked very glorious when he's leaving for the battlefield, right? He has the chariot, which is beautiful chariot. His crown was shining beautiful, and at the same time, we know that he's been honored with auspicious hymns and conch blasts, and he's accompanied by so many rakshasas. So finally, he mounted his splendid vehicle. So he's mounted his chariot, and he left for the battlefield. So he went out of Lanka surrounded by innumerable dark Rakshasas. So it's like full of Rakshasas. We all know that. That's where they used to live, who all resemble, right? So we have heard, right, in the past also, I can always refer back that when we talked about when Hanuman went there for the first time, right? He saw how the Rakshasas were, right? They were huge like mountains. So that's exactly what we're trying to say here as well, that he was going, and then, the entire place was full of demons. They were huge like mountains. All right. And then when he reached the battlefield, he saw the monkeys springing from everywhere to receive him, right? So finally, the monkey army is actually ready to fight with Ravana. Kids, I will have to mute you because it's difficult to speak otherwise. All right. So yeah, so the war was all about to defeat Ravan, right? And finally, here's the moment when they could do it. So everybody's so excited. Monkeys are jumping from here and there. They're finally waiting for him to be there at the battlefield. So all right. So at that time, when Lord Ram saw Ravana entering the battlefield, Lord Ram immediately turned towards Vibhishan. Vibhishan was the source of a lot of information to him, right? So he asked Vibhishan that, Ravana is coming, and who are the principal fighters there with him? Because he was accompanied by a lot of Rakshasas. So Vibhishan clearly explained him who is who, so that he knows very well. And that's how they have their strategies planned, right? So that they can attack their leaders, and then the rest of the army would still be taken care of, because if the leaders are defeated, the army will anyways run away. And after that, and yeah, Vibhishan further explained that the one who is in the center, who is surrounded by so many huge demons, is is Ravana, right? Ravana, he said, okay, he has that blazing diadem, which is his crown is blazing, and then everybody around him. So that's Ravana. So they are able to identify easily. And who would not be able to identify Ravana easily? Would you be able to? Why do you think Ravana is easily identifiable among everybody? Any guesses? What was so unique about Ravana's appearance that anybody could easily identify?
He has heads. 10 heads.
All right, right, exactly. He had 10
10
heads.
heads.
Right. So that's right. All right. All right. So finally, Lord Ram was so excited to see him. He said that, now is the time that I get to fight with that evil person, evil demon, Ravan, because of whom I am here, right? He's the one who abducted Sita. So finally, I am able to, finally, he's in front of me, and then we should be able to fight him out. And then he's saying that even though he's a demon, he possesses so much of effulgence that even, the gods don't have, the demigods don't have it. So he has so much of effulgence in him. He possesses a lot of things that others don't. And the demon, who is again Ravana, was accompanied by a lot of warriors who seem entirely unapproachable indeed, right? They all look like death themselves because they were so huge like mountains. They were furious. They were fiery. So everybody could get scared of them. So no wonder why Ravana was able to do so many misdeeds just because he himself was so powerful, but at the same time, he had this big army with him who was equally powerful. But Lord Ram was very excited that he's able to see him now and he can fight it out. So Lord Ram immediately took his quiver with his long arrows, and then he took one of the arrow on his bow, and with the Lakshman by his side, he faced Rakshasa's hordes, right? So a lot of Rakshasas were approaching him, and they started fighting with them. So Ravan has also seen Lord Ram, and his aim was again to kill them. So he knows that if he kills Ram and Lakshman, then they will be defeated, right? Ram's army would be defeated, and then he would win the war. So he was approaching towards them, and Lord Ram was also approaching towards him. Okay, so Ravana raised at the head of his army. He carved his way through the monkey. So he just started killing whoever was coming on his way. And the way he was just killing everybody and making way towards towards Lord Ram, as if he was dividing the ocean into two, right? As if the water is divided into two, like he was that sharp and he was that fast, and the way he was clearing up his way. So Sugriva took hold of great mountain, and then he ran towards Ravana. So he threw that piece of big mountain to Ravana, and Ravana just crushed it into pieces with his arrows. And the others were doing the same, right? So other monkeys or huge monkeys were doing the same. They were throwing those big mountains and trees and these things on Ravana, but Ravana was able to crush all that down with his arrows. He was super quick and he was super strong. But when they all were fighting, what happened is Ravana also threw his arrows towards Sugriva, because Sugriva was constantly throwing the big mountains on him and the trees on him. So he threw one of the arrow towards him, which actually pierced the chest of Sugriva, and he fell on the ground senseless. So after that was done, he kept moving, and whoever was coming on his way, he was just crushing them down. And Lord Ram was hearing everybody's cries because monkeys were falling down. They were being killed by Ravana. So Lord Rama heard that them crying, and then he advanced towards the demon. But Lakshman immediately came in front of him and with his folded hands and told him that, let me go and fight with Ravan first before you approach him. So let me give him a good fight before you approach him. So with that, after that, Hanuman also went towards Ravana. He also started fighting with Ravana, and he also started throwing things on Ravana, which Ravana was able to manage very well. And they both started fighting. So, one by one, everybody's fighting before they don't want Ravan to reach Lord Ram just directly, right? Because Ram was their leader. Lord Ram was their leader. So they don't want the leader to come in front of everybody and, get hurt. So everybody would fight out first so that the leader can be safe. And I think we did talk about it earlier as well. If the leader is safe, leader lives, then leader can again, create the kingdom, manage the kingdom and rule the kingdom, right? If a leader is not there, what would people do? So that doesn't work that way, right? And then, so here we're talking about Hanuman is fighting with Ravana, and he also reminding Ravana of how he, fought with him in Ashoka Grove and gave him tough time at that time. He burned the whole Lanka. So Ravana was also aware of the strength that Hanuman had. He didn't want to take anybody easily, yeah. So he was fighting with him. They all are fighting, and again, Hanuman also got a lot of arrows on his chest, arrows piercing his chest. But he was there. He stood there. He did not move. All right, and what else? So Hanuman replied to his strength, though Ravana was saying that you are very strong, that kind of comments he was passing to Hanuman, but Hanuman wasn't happy with those compliments, basically, because he said that even if I'm strong enough, what's the point that I'm not able to crush you, right? So he's just not happy because the only thing that he wanted to do is protect Lord Ram, right? Serve Lord Ram. So if he's not able to stop Ravan, then Ram is going to approach Lord Ram, and he did not want that. So he's literally lamenting about that Ravan is still living and he's just not able to do anything about that. So Ravana rushed at Hanuman and dealt with him with another tremendous blow, which sent the monkey spinning away. So this is what they both are doing. They both are fighting with each other, and they're just throwing each other away and here and there. So that's how they both are fighting, because they both are so powerful. And when Hanuman, he threw Hanuman away, he didn't stop for Hanuman to come back and start fighting with Hanuman again. What he did is he kept moving, and then he drove his chariot towards Nila, who was another powerful soldier on Lord Ram's side. So he also, Ravana shot a lot of arrows towards him. And then again, the same thing happened with Nila as well, because he constantly got so many arrows towards him, even though he was trying to throw those trees and everything towards Ravan to stop him. But then finally, when he got so many arrows piercing his body, he started bleeding and he fell unconscious. But yeah, before that, another interesting thing happened was that Nila was actually capable of reducing or increasing his size. So when Ravan started fighting with him, what Nila was doing, interestingly, is that he would just reduce his size, and then he'll jump around and he'll jump on his bow or arrow or on his crown or everywhere. Right, so he would do all that. So he was doing all that, and Ravana was very, very furious when Nila was doing all that, because Nila was very mischievous and Ravan was just not able to control him. So he was very unhappy. But finally, he was able to hit Nila with arrows, and Nila fell unconscious on the ground. But and how did he do that? So there is an arrow called there is a weapon called Agni Shastra. right? And that is a weapon from Lord Sun, right? So it is very powerful in its own way. It's pretty much blazing fire, so that kind of powerful. And once that weapon leaves from the master, it actually does it work, and then only it comes back. So it doesn't come without doing its job, right? So it does the job. So that is what finally Ravan used to hit Neela. So that is why Neela couldn't escape from that, and he was hit by that. But um just because Neela's father was fire god, basically, so he actually did not die. He was just unconscious. All right, kids, this is where we end today's story. We're going to continue with the rest of the part tomorrow. Is there anything you want to share from today's story? Anybody has any thoughts at all from today's story? I know we pretty much talked about just fights today between between Neela and Ravan, Hanuman and Ravan, and all that kind of stuff. So anything anybody still wants to share? Go ahead. No?
Mataji, this is Raghav Pandit.
Hi, Hare Krishna Raghav. Like to share something?
So Ravana hit Neela with an arrow.
Right, he did. That is right. So you're talking about Agnyastra, right?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for sharing that, Raghav. Anybody else wants to share anything before we move? Did you see that there was another interesting part about Ravan in today's story was, even though Ravan was a demon, right? And the one who actually did wrong in this whole Ramayan, right? He was the one at the wrong side. But do you see, even though he was a wrong person and was a demon as well, but just because he was a warrior, super strong warrior, he always appreciated others who had strength. So he always like for Hanuman or Neela or anybody else for that matter, if he always appreciated them for the strength they had. So even though he was a wrong person, he wouldn't just deny the fact that others are stronger, right? He would never deny that fact. He has appreciated that and he has accepted that. I mean, that's a very good quality of somebody. And he himself got boons from different demigods. So definitely he understands that part. It's just that he had to be killed by the hand of the Lord. The whole thing happens. All right, kids, if there's nothing else to share at this point, we're going to move on. I think we're still continuing with Damodara Ashtakam. I think it's Shloka 3 or 4. 3 and 4 we are doing today. So I'm going to hand it over to Anjana Gopika Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Over to you.
Yes, Hari Bol. Yes, I can teach, okay? Krishna ke sabhi dal sadi hai. Say to Mataji, everyone, Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji. Krishna Mataji. This is Ryan. Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Bala.
Okay, are you all practicing the Damodar Ashtakam? Are you all practicing at home Damodar?
Yes, Mataji.
Good job. Now we will learn. Yeah, we can learn today, okay? You can all repeat after me. Iti driksali vir. Ananda kunde. Swagosam nimazantam.
Swagosham nimajantam.
Akpayantam. तदीयेषिताग्नेषु
तदीयेषिताग्नेषु
भक्तिर्जिता त्वम्
भक्तिर्जिता त्वम्
पुनः प्रेमतस्तं
प्रेमतस्तं
सतावृति वन्दे.
साविति वन्दे.
Okay, next verse. Okay, वरं देवमोक्षं न
वरं देवमोक्षं न
मोक्षवदिम्बा
मोक्षं
न चान्यं
Nacharanam Varishadapi ha
वरेषदपि इदं ते वपुर्नाथ
Idam te vapurnaga
गोपालबालं
Gopalabalam
सदा मे मनस्य
Sadame Manasyam
अविरस्तं मन्ये. Okay, one more time. We have time. Okay, one more time. We do fast. Iti driksalila Ananda kunde
Ananda Kunde
Nivajantam Makhapayantam Tadiyesu Tagnesu Bhakti Jitva Tvam Na Premata Samsa Truna Premata Samsa Tavriti Bande Varam Deva Moksamna Varam Deva Moksamna Moksam Vadimba Nasanyam Rineham Varsad Apiha Idam Te Vapurnata
Idam te vapurnato
Gopala Balam Manasya
Tadame manasya
Avirastam Kimanye.
Avirastam kimane.
Okay, all kids you can do together. Okay, can you do?
Yes. It is Adaviti Vande Devapuram Alabalam Anandeva Moksha Manasya Virakam Kimane.
Good job, kids. You can keep practicing. Mataji will teach you a Devanagari. Okay, now.
Yay! Yay! Happy birthday!
Thank you so much, Mataji, for teaching kids the beautiful Damodarashtakam shlokas. All right, kids, here we are. All right, so now it's the time to learn Devanagari script, and let's see. All right, we're going to quickly go through all the vowels and consonants that we have learned so far, right? Before we jump into finishing up our letter for today. So let's start with, okay, Palvit, there you go. A letter K for you, Palvit.
Kaka, kiki, kuku, kuke, kai, go, cow, kuku, kaha.
Very nice. Thank you, Palvit. Ryan, letter K for you.
Kaka, kiki, kuku, kru, kai, coco, kum, cow, ka, kaha.
Namka. Very nice. Wonderful, Ryan. Thank you. Devash, do you want to go with letter G?
Gaga, kiki, kuku, kru, gay, kai, go, come, kaha. Go, come, kaha.
Very nice. Wonderful. Devash. All right. Vikram, do you want to go with letter G?
Gaga, gigi, goo, gru, ge, go, gaha.
Very nice. Wonderful job, kids. All right. Prithu, is that your name? Prithu, letter Ch for you?
Cha, chi, choo, choo, chai, chum, chaha.
Very nice. Thank you, Prithu. All right, let's go. Himanshu, letter Ch for you.
Thank you, Mataji. It's Jadurani. Letter
It's
Cha.
Jadurani. All right, Mataji. So Jadurani, go ahead.
Chi. Chu.
Choo,
Shu.
sang,
Chi. Cho. Chang.
chanja.
Very nice, Jadurani. Thank you. All right. So Gaurangi, letter J for you. Gaurangi. All right, we'll come back to you, Gaurangi, when you're ready. All right, anybody else wants to do any other letter? All right, so in that case, okay, Gaurangi, you want to do letter J? Thank you, Gaurangi. Well done. Pal with letter J. Thank you, Palvit. All right, Devash, letter T.
The ta ti tu through a tight to come go to come go.
Very nice. Thank you. All right, Balavranda, letter T.
Ta ti tu through day
Very nice. Thank you, Balavranda. All right, so letter D. Palvit, go ahead. Letter D.
Mataji Baravinda can do letter da.
Yeah, Balavranda, go ahead.
Da da di di do do dru de da do do dum
Vrindavan. De.
de da da
Do.
do
Dau.
do dum da.
Nice. Thank you, Vrinda. Palvit, do you want to do letter dh?
No, what did you say?
It's all right. All right, kids. So rest of the letters, we're going to do that together. All right. So letter dh, let's start from letter dh. Okay. Da da, di di, do do, drew, di di, do do. All right. Letter n. Na, ni, ni, nu, 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 ni, nai, no, no, nang, nah. Letter ta. Ta, ta, ti, tu, tu, through, ti, tai, do, tau, tam, taha. Letter tha. Tha, tha, ti, tu, tu, through, ti, thai, do, tau, tam, taha. Letter da. Da, da, di, di, du, du, dru, di, dai, do, dau, dam, daha. Letter dha. Da, dha, di, di, du, du, dru, di, dai, do, dau, dam, daha. Letter na. Na, na, ni, ni, nu, 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 ni, nai, nu, na, nam, naha. All right, letter pa.
My hands, yes.
Papa, piki, pu, pru, pepai, popau, pampa. Letter fa. Papa, pi, pu, pru, pepai, popau, pampa. Letter b. Ba, bi, bu, bru, bit, bai, bo, bau, bamba. Letter bha. Bha, bi, bu, bru, bit, bai, bo, bau, bamba. Letter ma. Ma, mi, mu, bru, bit, mai, bo, bau. Well done, kids. Whoever was reciting, wonderful. Good job, kids. All right. So we are finishing letter ma today. So we're gonna be doing 4 combinations today. So let's start with that. Ma with O matra is mo.
Mataji, 5 minutes to go. Will be able to finish
we
5
can-
to 7 minutes?
Yeah, let's do this and then we can let's just finish this and then we can with whiteboard we can go to the
Okay,
break.
sure, Mataji.
All right, so ama with O matra is mo. In English, you can write that as M-O. One of the word you can make with that is moha. Moha is nothing, attachment. So you can be attached to anything, right? You can be attached to luxury, you can be attached to riches, you can be attached to humans or anybody, right? So the attachment, you can use the word mo. All right, the next one for today is ma with O matra is mo. In English, you can write that as M-A-U. One of the word you can make with that is mausam. Mausam is what? The weather. So it's not weather forecast or anything, it's just the weather. So any kind of weather, you know, it's a rainy season or any other season, right? You can always use mausam for that. The next one for today is ma with ang matra is mang. In English, you can write that as M-A-M. One of the word you can make with that is mangal. Mangal is nothing but the auspicious. So any auspicious occasion, auspicious thing, you can use the word mangal for that. The last one for today is ma with ahamatra is maha. In English, you can write that as M-A-H. Actually, I think last letter is missing. M-A-H. Unfortunately, it's really difficult to find words with ahamatras. But yeah, if you find, then let's share with you. All right, kids. So these are the letters for today. Mo, mau, mang, maha. All right, we're going to be switching to whiteboard real quick, but all right, I can do a whiteboard here, and then we will go to our break room. We have time. So it's all right. Let's go to whiteboard real quick. Oops, give me a minute. Control. All right. All right. So let's go to whiteboard. So mo, mao, mang, maha. All right. So you know everything starts with a vertical and a horizontal line. We're going to do this way. And then it's such a simple letter. All right. Ma. Remember, do not make it pa. It's a ma letter. We need this round here. Okay. Mo. For mo, another vertical line here. And then for mo matra, you're going to just make one matra on the top. That's your mo. Mo. For mo, it is going to be exact same letter again. So you're going to make your letter ma first. This is your ma letter. For mo, it is going to be two matras on the top. That's the only difference between mo and mo. Mang and maha. So mang, just write your letter ma first. This is your letter ma, correct? And for mang, you're going to make just one dot on the top. Your mang letter. The last one is maha. For maha, you're going to write your letter ma first. That's your letter ma. And for aha, is going to be a colon or two dots after your letter ma. That's how you write it. So mo, mao, mang, maha. 4 letters for today. All right. And we can switch to, Mataji, we can switch to break room now.
Mataji, can you go to the PPT?
Yeah.
It's hard wheel, Mama. It can't move by itself. Mataji, I don't have the break room.
You don't, yeah, no, it's not there yet. Let's just create a break room.
Mataji, break room is already created. Shall I open it?
Yeah, yes, please, Mataji. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, kids, join the break room.